Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Vampyr. And we are still in the warehouse here in the Western Docks, guys. We took on a pretty high-level beastie, but took care of him quickly. And we were able to get a newspaper article out of this locker. And off camera, I went down here to make sure if there was any other items that I may have missed. And the gin that we needed to get for Tom Watt was actually here on this shelf. So we got that quest taken care of, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and read this newspaper article, which I think is right... right here. See, a few bottles of cheap gin, the kind that makes you forget what you regret, and vice versa. An old newspaper article concerning an attempted murder. Youth arrested for attempted murder. Last night, a young man named Tom Watts was arrested by the police for attempted murder in the renowned restaurant The Silver Bell on Percival Street. The suspect was spotted standing in front of the restaurant, pointing a gun at customers for about 1 minute without firing. 2 witnesses promptly reported his behavior. Watts was arrested without incident but refused to give any explanation for his actions and only gave his name. His gun was loaded, confirmed the policeman who answered our questions. It is likely that Watts will feel the full force of His Majesty's courts for his transgression. The young man shall be jailed for a few years at least. Interesting. What was that all about? I guess that we'll have to ask Tom about that. And that gave us 2,000 XP, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and make sure that we haven't missed anything here on these shelves, and then we'll keep on trying to hunt down Sean. Everything else here good? Yeah, I think we have picked this place clean. So, let's see what we can do about heading down this way. And it looks like a good portion of the docks are still closed off to us. That'll probably open up a little bit later. But for now, it looks like we're going to be heading to one of our original havens. Oh, we got some blood here. Prywin Gunner, or Brawler, up there. You don't see me. That'd be great if we could knock you off the... Oh, yes we can. And he has really good reflexes. And down you go. We're getting a lot of common handle parts. I'm okay with that. Alright, we'll check these upper levels for loot. Oh! That is not loot. It kind of scared me. I was like, what is it? Oh, hi. How are you? It's the walkway from where we came. I'm really paranoid that we're going to miss something vital, like some sort of clue or item that'll help us figure out someone. You know what I mean? Like, we'll get those investigation hints. And nothing here so far. We got some rats if we want to get our blood up to full. Which we shall. Achievement unlocked, pest control. Well, just doing my part. Now, is there any... Go ahead and refill all of our things. It was just the one room haven. Now the question is, can we go through here now?
I cannot enter.
Negative. I don't think we can... See, can't we just port up there on top of one of the cars and just jump over? I guess that would make too much sense. Maybe... No? So by that rationale, how do we... Do we have to go the long way around the docks? Now, chances are good, knowing me, that I am missing, like, something fairly obvious that I could just walk over and everything would be fine. And I'd be right into the area that I need to go. But since I'm me, I guess we are going to take the long route. Wait a minute, where's that? Oh, okay, never mind. There's really no way to get to this other part of the docks. And everything's blocked off. Because I remember Tom did give us directions, and I can't remember them for the life of me. And this way is locked, of course. So, yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. Is to go through around here. Here's that blood spray. Maybe right... Ah! The Lower Thames Banks. And something's rustling about. Now we actually came from this direction, I think. Oh. Oh dear. We have got all kinds of nonsense. Actually looked like we could not port there while stealthed. Howdy.
Get down.
Down you go. I'll deal with you here in a sec. Keep your flailing to yourself.
Fuck, he's fast.
And slightly accurate. Slightly. Well, are you still down here, sir? Oh, did you die? May have knocked you into the water. That's a shame. Aluminum powder. Oh. Okay, he's dealing with issues. Oh. Whoa! Bad part of town. Here, let's get you out of the way. So we can give our full attention. There you go. There he was. He was persistent, wasn't he? Ooh! No, keep bad flamethrower. We're gonna use these corners to our advantage here.
Pay for this! Fuck, he's dead!
Pay for what? Oh, he's not a flamethrower, he has the mustard gas. You are not a nice person.
Clever fucking beast.
Poof.
I hate leeches.
You hate bullets too, apparently. Wearing a lot of armor. Alright, are we good? I think we're good. Got some shillings here on the docks. And looks like there's just a ton of unpleasantness here. Level 17 blinker. I'm going to try and be very careful because I need some blood. Thank you, buddy. Ooh. I'll take it. I wasn't meaning to be that dodgy. But any fight you can walk away from. Okay, more bullets and screws. I'm going to go ahead and head to the original dock and then we'll work our way through, just in case I don't want to miss anything. I'm also hearing like bottles and everything tip over. I wonder if there's anything here on the banks that we need to be aware of. Hello, sir. And bad time of it. Okay, can we stop being distracted now? Maybe? Dead inside. Yeah, because I saw that we could go through here. Maybe we'll find another haven. And a spring. For the docks, this is a pretty decent little dwelling. Well, this might be the way we need to go, actually. Looks like a blacksmith's house. Picture frames, umbrellas repaired and covered. And that leads... So this actually leads out into the streets. But this is the best way to get to Sean, so...
Steady move!
Oh, that's creepy.
Cannot be defeated! Slide for me!
Just that turnaround in the plague mask. There we go. I'm really glad that doesn't cost blood. Just some, just a timer, you know? Ah! I believe this might be a hideout up there. Let's take care of this guy first. You can detect me, but you couldn't detect the skull sitting there eating garbage very close to you. You are wonderful hunters, you. Inspirations. And now, we have our shortcut. We're opening up all the gates that were closed to us. And let's see what is up here. Night shelters vicinity. Just tons of items. Oh. A dead lady. Well, things didn't seem to end well for you, ma'am, and I apologize for that. Unknown. We're in a saloon. Or if not a saloon, maybe a house of ill repute.
I know I've got something that'll strike your fancy. If not, I'll find you something.
Gambling house? That's probably more accurate. Anything behind the bar? There's tons of shillings. Now, who are you?
Are you certain you're not lost, sir? You seem quite the stranger to these parts.
And he can apparently sense me. That's strange. He's in a cul-de-sac very similar to another one. Alright, well, we may have to talk to these folks before we go find Sean. We're gonna raid the house, of course. Like Mr. Swanborough, seeing these little kind of cul-de-sac housing projects. Any other place here? I think we may be good.
Are you certain you're not lost, sir? You seem quite the stranger to these parts.
You seem to like to repeat the same sentence over and over again, sir. Here, this'll... Let's have a conversation.
I know I've got something that'll strike your fancy. If not, I'll find you something.
Oh. He's a vendor.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reid. Do you need any help?
Rest assured, I will help you, sir. Martin Nightingale, at your service. Please, take a look at my wares.
Your merchandise. I don't really see anything worth having. No offense.
None taken, sir. But please, I need to eat. Perhaps if you keep looking, you'd see something that takes your fancy.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood? Have you got any friends around these parts?
Not really. Miss Gillingham smiles and says kind words, but I know she's lost her marbles, especially since her son died.
Tell me about this crazy woman. Madness is often mistaken for other conditions.
The poor woman's mad, all right. Kind and all, but she has so much trouble remembering things. She's taken me for a son more than once.
Well, I guess we know what to look forward to here in a few.
How interesting. I don't suppose you know what happened to her son.
Jack. Rumour has it he tried to tackle some gang lads. I didn't know him well, but I heard he was a nice enough chap. His old ma still thinks he's around.
Let me be frank. You're as much of a businessman as I am a werewolf, right?
Who the hell are you to question me? It's hard enough to stay clean when you don't have a place to sleep. I'm doing my best here.
I meant no offense, Mr. Nightingale. I was merely pointing out the fact that you're unlikely to survive long if you continue wandering this path.
And what should I do then, sir? Should I join the Wet Boot Boys like so many others? No thanks. I'd rather be a bad seller than a dead gang member.
Not to mention the cane there means that he is not exactly in probably the condition to be a gang member.
Why not try seeking help instead of peddling your wares? I'm sure there are people around here that would gladly help.
There's always the night asylum. I heard it's run by a very nice man, but I'm no beggar. Not yet, at least.
There is no shame in asking for help, my boy. Sometimes it can even be the best course of action.
I don't feel okay with that. I'm gonna make a name for myself, and I'll do it by myself.
Fair enough. And nothing else there?
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
He's a caretaker for the poor, is he not?
Something like that, yes.
Sorry, I don't know where he is.
Show me what you have to offer then, Mr. Nightingale.
Vampire Factions and Skulls. A page probably stolen from some sort of manual or guide. Music box. A small wooden music box containing a folded letter. Now this is stuff we can get on board with. Brisk blood sample. A small dose of brisk blood that can be used to create stamina serums for vampires. Is he aware of what he has? I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and get the... And we've got the money to spare. Let's get the brisk blood sample.
Are you certain you're not lost, sir?
Good evening, young man.
There's no need to call me that, Dr. Reid.
Now, before we do anything else...
Young man, do you require medical attention?
I'm perfectly fine, thank you.
Goodbye.
Are you certain you're not lost, sir?
Hardy folks in the
You
docks.
seem quite the stranger to these parts.
Oh, is this the ladies?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. May I come in?
I already took my medication, Doctor. But thank you.
I'm sorry. Your medication? Have we met before?
Don't tease me like that, Jack. Sorry, what?
I think I should come in, miss. I'd like to check if everything is okay, what with the epidemic spreading across London.
An epidemic, you say? How terrible. I had no idea. But where are my manners? Please do come in, Doctor. You are a doctor, yes?
Enid Gillingham's house. Unfinished letter. Rodney, I just heard what happened tonight. I ran to your house, but you were already gone, so now I'm writing this note. Is it true you killed him? I can't believe it. Why? What happened? I really need to talk to you now. Please, find a way to contact me when you receive this message. Since I know you can be very cautious, and to prove to you that this is not a trap, let's use a code when we meet. I'll whistle my name, Jack, in Morse code, and you'll whistle yours, okay? This way, you'll know it's really me. For now, it's a good thing you're hiding. The wet boot boys are all over the neighborhood claiming they will punish the man who murdered one of them. I'm sure we can make an arrangement to settle things once the heat dies down. So, this must be the guy that, Clay's boyfriend killed. Rodney Grader. Hide and seek. New investigation. Talk to the man hiding in the sewers. Now, let's go ahead and look at this info that we grabbed. These items. My dear Jack, I write this letter as long as I have the strength and the will. Not that I have something to hide or to fear, except perhaps to forget what I want to tell you. I always knew you would become someone important, someone good and nice. I knew it since you were a child. You were preferred to read books rather than going to play outside. I knew it when you helped me carry groceries before you went to school and cleaned the house after you came back. I'm proud of you, my son, not only because I'm your mother, but also because you deal so well with everything around you. I'm sorry I've recently become such a burden to you. Never forget that I love you, and I hope you never forget that you love me. Enid. So did the guy outside steal this? Because, bad form. And a short, unfinished letter. Oh, wait, that one we got, I think. Yeah. So the other thing that we bought was the thing we could break down for the serums. Okay.
Certain you're not lost, sir.
New hint available.
Stranger to these parts.
Well, we will ransack the house first, and then we'll talk to Enid. I have a feeling this is going to be a sad conversation. Shillings.
It's locked, all right.
Ooh. So I bet if we dominate her, we'd get that key. Or we kill her, we'd get the key. Well, you've at least grabbed all the money. Alright, ma'am, let's go ahead and have a chat, you and I.
Reid back here? I heard whispers you had a job at that fancy hospital.
I told you my name is Jonathan Reid. Don't you remember?
Of course I do. I remember my name too. Gillingham. But you may call me Enid, Doctor. I'm very happy to see you again.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Oh, no. I don't gossip. That would be most unbecoming of a lady such as myself.
Who are the more influential figures on the docks?
Well, I heard about some terrible illness going around. I would say in that case that it's you, Dr. Tippett.
Bless her heart.
Is anyone taking care of you, Miss Gillingham?
My son is always here to take care of me. He's a good boy like that, but I do worry that he needs to start living his own life. Well, I would never say that to him, of course.
Tell me, Enid, why do you feel guilty about your son?
I know I'm a burden to my Jack. I know my mind and my thoughts are drifting away. I'm so sorry. I can't help it.
This is not your doing, Miss Gillingham. You do not have to apologize for your condition.
Of course I don't, Doctor. I've done nothing wrong, I swear it. What exactly are we talking about here?
Yeah, she's pretty advanced in her condition.
I'm looking for a Sean Hampton. Do you know where I might find him?
Sean Hampton, you say? Oh, the name does seem vaguely familiar, but alas, I cannot recall from where.
Do you require medical attention, miss?
I'm glad you asked, Dr. Tippett. I must confess I haven't felt that well of late.
Treatment for headache. All right.
I'll see you later. Goodbye, Miss Gillingham.
So let's look at the connections here at the docks. And we've got, you're recovering. We've got Martin there, and Enid. Some unknown folks. We've got Rodney Grader. He's lost. We're going to have to find him. Now, I want to have a chat with the gentleman here.
Good evening, young man.
There's no need to call me that, Dr. Reid.
Oh, we can't actually confront him about that. That's a shame.
Goodbye.
I know I've got something that'll strike your fancy. If not, I'll find you something.
Alright, well, it looks like we can probably head into the asylum to find Sean. Dawson and Dawson. Before we do... Oh, it's a marketplace. We got someone right out there. Anti-vampire poster. Oh, these are the things that we need to put up all over the town, isn't it? Can we actually look at these? A public poster written by Ichabod Throgmorton concerning the presence of vampires in London. Hey, it's Count Orlok. Danger is closer than you think. They are already here. Do not let them take the kingdom. You see a vampire? Seek for help. Ichabod Throgmorton, expert vampire hunter. Yeah, nice Nosferatu there over Big Ben. Origin of the Skulls. Uh-oh. Okay, we'll go ahead and read this, and I think we'll call it an episode. It has been established for some time now that skull is the vernacular name of a different species of lesser blood drinkers. A skull often seems to be the victim of a vampire attack who miraculously survived death and came back as a crooked version of its maker. According to many observations made by our order throughout the centuries, skulls are generally despised and killed by vampires, who consider them lesser and despicable creatures. The name itself means slave. They have also been called Saqualiba, Sklavus, or Sklavinoi, Greek, Latin, and Arabic, respectively. This shows how old these creatures are and how their makers perceive them. This may be why skulls often tend to form small and discrete communities that stick together. It is also interesting to note that skulls seem to call themselves this way, as if they have accepted for a long time their status as inferior servants among vampires. It is more difficult for a skull to hide its monstrous nature. Pale skin, terrible teeth, strange emaciation, dilated and staring pupils. Many have lost all hair, and they show wounds and scars, which stay open without never completely healing. They also seem capable of surviving by eating the flesh of the dead, while vampires need blood from the living. Oh, Nagaraja. They may be the real origin of the mythical figure of the ghoul, the folklore creature who lurk in cemeteries and feed from the dead. A skull is a miserable creature. Most of the times, they fear to be seen by both humans and vampires. In some regions, older skulls have been witnessed nearby vampires as servants or slaves, obtaining protection by sacrificing their freedom. Then they truly become ghouls. Most of the skulls are descended from Ekans and show humanoid silhouettes, much more uncommon. Some present a more canine aspect and behave like wolves. They are sometimes called vulpes in ancient texts. Oh, so those are skulls too. At least a third type exists, in the shape of a bird or bat, and they are called corvus. William Marshall himself referred 3 times to some bat-shaped creatures he called vampire in his memoirs. Other types may exist, unknown or identified for now. From Drinking at the Fountain of Knowledge by Usher Talltree, Primate of St. Paul. Well then, got some interesting info there. But I'll tell you what we're going to do, guys. Because we have quick access through the warehouse, I'm going to go ahead and save the game, or head back to the hideout, and we will pick this up next time. Hope you all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.